The manila envelope felt like ice against my fingertips as Victoria slid it across her mahogany desk. Inside wasn't just paperwork. It was pure betrayal, wrapped in legal jargon and stamped with corporate seals. My stepmother's smile could have frozen hell itself. Just a routine signature, darling. Nothing complicated. But her eyes told a different story. They sparkled with the hunger of a vulture circling fresh prey. It wasn't always war between us. When Dad married Victoria 5 years ago, she played the perfect stepmother. Cooking elaborate dinners, remembering my birthday, even helping me pick out my wedding dress. I actually thought she cared. Then Dad died suddenly at 58, leaving behind his construction empire, 3 rental properties, and a trust fund worth $2 million. All of it legally mine, his biological daughter. Victoria's mask slipped the day after the funeral. Sweetheart, you're so young. Let me help manage your father's. Our assets. I should have seen the red flags then. But grief makes you stupid, and I was drowning in it. The real attack began 6 months later. First, mysterious calls from banks questioning my authority over Dad's accounts. Then cousins casually mentioning how Victoria was taking care of business for the family. The final straw came when her lawyer contacted me about necessary consolidation paperwork to protect the estate from tax complications. That's when I hired Marcus Chen, a corporate attorney with a reputation for surgical precision and zero mercy. What we discovered made my blood run cold. Victoria had been systematically building a case to declare me mentally incompetent. She'd planted stories about my emotional instability with family members, submitted false medical reports claiming I had severe anxiety disorders, and even recorded our private conversations to use as evidence of my supposed breakdowns. But her masterpiece was the forged power of attorney document. She'd practiced Dad's signature until it was perfect, then legally transferred controlling interest of his company to herself. She thought she was untouchable. Victoria called that meeting at her law firm thinking she was delivering the killing blow. "I've prepared everything to make this transition smooth," she purred, her lawyer nodding smugly beside her. They expected a grieving, confused young woman they could manipulate. Instead, they got a warrior. "Interesting," I said, pulling out my own folder. "I brought some paperwork too." When Marcus walked in with his briefcase, Victoria's confident smile cracked like thin ice. The documents he spread across that polished conference table were beautiful in their brutality. Bank records showing Victoria had embezzled over $300,000 into offshore accounts. Handwriting analysis proving the forged power of attorney. Video evidence of her coaching witnesses to lie about my mental state. And the crown jewel recorded phone calls where she explicitly discussed eliminating the little princess from Dad's legacy. I watched 30 years of careful planning crumble in 30 seconds. Victoria's face went from predatory confidence to pure panic. "You don't understand what you're doing," she whispered, her voice shaking. "I understand perfectly," I replied, my voice steady as stone. "You murdered my father's memory the day you decided to steal from his daughter." The legal fallout was swift and merciless. Victoria lost everything. Her claim to the estate, her reputation, and her freedom when the criminal charges landed. The offshore accounts were seized. The forged documents became evidence in her fraud trial. 6 months later, I stood in Dad's study, now officially mine, reading her conviction notice. Fraud, embezzlement, forgery. 5 years minimum. Justice served ice cold. Exactly how she liked her betrayals. Sometimes the daughter you underestimate becomes the opponent who destroys you.